So tired of talking into microphones, I guess. By the way, the Prince Charles CD is good. It's a fun CD. All right, I'm going to read two pieces. I was at the Bay Area Generations last Monday, and Just Dulea, who some of you may know, has come here a few times. When I first met her, she's a wonderful poet, and she's still very young, and she is growing. So this is called Black Like That. Black is bold, it is in your face, not to be confused with anything around it. It's capable of absorbing everything while it's maintaining its richness. See, black is unique, jazz, rock, whatever the sound. It was black before it was blues. Without black, everything would be flat. Black is flavor, adding spice to everything around it. And to keep people from living upland life. Black is power. Black is beautiful. Black is me. And this is, again, Just Dulea, Brown Skin. One look at us makes it obvious that we have been kissed by the sun, that we bathe in the moonlight, and that the stars are our friends. When God created brown skin, he took great care, using magnificent shades, no two looking the same, from golden brown to butterscotch, caramel, cocoa, midnight, and everything in between. It is all good. Love your brown skin. It's me. It's you. I'm reading from The War in America by William Crossman. He guess, read here a couple months ago or a couple weeks ago.
Months.
Time's flying.
When you're having fun.
Okay, this is called The War in America. I didn't see the war in America when I was 4, dressed in my soldier suit posing for photos on my dad's shoulder at the Carolina base. My eyes drawn past the barracks at the black man in stripes and shackles, stumbling off the flatbed truck at the edge of the woods. Their clanking chains in the turpentine pines around us, laying a silence as black women boiling lye and fat for soap. Sets aside paddles. Black pitch gatherers rested machetes to watch. The prisoners this drill ground in bitter rhythm. This war my eyes were seeing I didn't see when I was 4. Watching skies for signs of invasion by foreign powers, confident that the war, if it came, would come from over there, overseas, from my father's shoulder. I smiled at the camera, thinking war almost over soon. We'd go home to Connecticut. The bombing. Your TV said there's an air war in my country, the Salvadorian said. An air war. That is when the government planes and our planes fight each other in the air. But we have no planes. No, it's the bombing they should be telling the North American people about. Daily the government's planes napalm us in our liberated zones, bomb us with phosphorus bombs, with 500-pound bombs. These turns to chitotos, into dust. Hundreds of civilians killed because we are winning on the ground. The bombing scares everyone who wants to die. You can look at it and look. He boxed off 2 equal spaces of the air with his hands. Here is life. Here is death.
Years, I'll just add a couple of things here. He has become a part of this series by inviting people to come bringing people here, bringing musicians in, saying, Dan, have this person featured, have that person, here, meet this person. He does, he helps out, he makes this place the way it is, and it's a really good contribution. He does other contributory things, networking and the like. So he's not just a poet. He's an activist, concerned human being, a person whose perspective is very, very clear, very, very dear, and he has a great quality. Now, I want you to come up and make sure I have their names correct. So come on up here. Give them a round of applause as you come here so I can then introduce the people that I forgot their names already. I don't like getting out of this. Okay.
And let me get out of your way here. Hold on a second. Without knocking anything over. Notice I have.
All right. I would like to invite Greer Rockett on trumpet. And Romero on percussion. Just briefly to say something very briefly about these gentlemen. Louis Romero is royalty as far as I'm concerned. He's played with Willie Colon, Celia Cruz, Hector Lavoe. If anybody knows those people from the 70s, please go back to the 70s and discover the explosion of Latin music. And Greer Rockett has played with Count Basie. It was Freddie Hubbard who turned him on. Woody Shaw helped teach many things to him, if I got that correctly. And you will find, well, I'm going to do 2 praise pieces for him, so you'll learn more about them. Do you want to?
Yeah, you should be stepped so I can get you all in the shot. All right. That's good. Oh, yeah, that's good.
All right. First piece is called My Ties, which I don't have one. My ties are my little red Corvette. If I'm having any crisis, my city died a long time ago, became lame as the rest of USA. Some are just in denial. We dress in drab colors not to be seen, may become a target. Remember when it was fun to dress up in our minds, full revolution? When we grew up, we knew our parents' history. Today, not so much, nor do they care. You'll die alone, caring only about yourselves, because that's all you give a damn about. We've become mediocre in our life. What you present sucks as they do when empires fall. Underneath its skin, there are veins still pulsing with real life versus virtual. On streets, open mics, bookstores, stages. Thin crescent moon ready to slice and dice if need to. Mars dominates planet and sky. Man in street, his stage performance on demand command. Skateboarder walks the skateboard as strangers walk by, noticing nothing. Man begins to strut like Jagger, only he has something to say, emphasizing, pointing to all his audience before him. Wearing my ties of swirling colors, ready for my acid flashback close-up.
Richard, move back the microphone. I can't see him.
Let me make sure. Yeah, that's good. I can see it not clearly.
All right. This is called I Am. I am your light, your dark matter, your balance. I am the angel for good, but would rather be your angel of sin. Ba-ba boom, ba-ba boom, 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 ba-ba boom. I am your rhythm, your dance, creator, shaker. I'll slay the European dragon who hoards virgins, gold, things no sane dragon ever needed. You'll be free to shake from joy, not fear. Boom! Ba-ba, boom, 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 boom. Ba-ba, boom! I am your crooner, singer, frenzy, maker of songs, music. I will howl like the wolf, crawl like the king snake, muddy it like waters, blow like little Walter. Boom! Ba-ba, boom, 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 boom. Ba-ba, boom. I am your storyteller, weaver of human emotions. Want a story? I can make you laugh, cry, cringe. As you ask, I will comply, laying my head on your thigh. I will conjure stories to make your hair rise. Boom, ba-ba, boom, 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 boom. Ba-ba, boom. I am the harvester of love, not its beads. I need love so I can make love. Trite. You betcha. Boom. Ba-ba, boom, 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 boom. Ba-ba, boom. All right, this is for Greer Rockett. Master trumpeter. Oh, take it, brother, you deserve it. Master trumpeters never far from horn. Between sets, practices scales, passages, trills. Imagine player practicing blowing, phrasing at home, street. Player of emotion emotes the best horn players from Freddie to Miles. Range, hell, he is range. Collaborator, maximum. Space, melody, explanation, uppercuts, spits, laughs, mocks, praises, mutes and full throats, the beauty of notes. Balladeer of love, whose horn player gives us his best in his language of love.
Yeah.
An update. When they came after native people attempting annihilation, murdering, then stealing their lands, resources, cultures, you were natives, so you said nothing. When they made African slaves, separating families, later acculturating their culture, music, killing them in the streets, prisons as new plantations, you're not African, so you said nothing. When you forced the Chinese to build USA's railways, made them cut their queues, forcing them into Chinatowns, you aren't Chinese, so you said nothing. When the coal miners unionized, they were slaughtered, maimed for fighting to survive from those who stole the capital. You weren't a union man, so you said nothing. When they rounded up the Japanese, put them into internment camps because USA didn't trust their loyalties, their own citizens. You aren't Japanese, so you said nothing. When they rounded and beat to death anyone who acts queer or dying of AIDS, you didn't have sex, but only missionary style between a man and a woman. So you do it missionary style. You said nothing. When they scapegoat farm workers or anyone with beautiful shades of brown as illegals, allowing exploitation of the worst kind, from living in squalor, odious working conditions, and pay so low no USA's citizen will work. But you're not a farm worker, so you said nothing. When they burn Jewish synagogues, destroy their cemeteries, defile their humanity when buying something they get Jewed, but you're not a Jew, so you said nothing. When they come from Muslims, including citizens caught up in this kind of madness of our enemies, and may be sent to camp, you're not Muslim. Will you say something? Anything? You may find the day comes when they come for you, and there won't be anyone left standing. Despite all, solidarity survives. She no longer suckles. Keep her strong, healthy. She's growing. You see what happens when she's murdered. Repeating your mistakes over and over is a proven way to madness. It rides you. A celebration. Drums that attack as thunder. It rides lightning. African drums add their voices to the attack with what seems to be a violent act of love, relieving stress between sky, earth. Drummer becomes one, then asks or answers other musicians as dancers dance, sing for the mother. Shakers shake, drums talk, the story is told. Shakers talking, drums add to the polyrhythm, moving over, under, through, around, together. The drummers drum from drums so large, ladders are required. Beats to the lowest, a boom, ringing of the deepest reverberations. This rhythm will ride you. It's a flirtation of seeding, soil, creating, growing, eating, loving, living, giving back. Voices move in and out, yet remain constant and can't respond until you can no longer ignore, if you ever could, layer upon layer, moving alive, anon, forever. Dedicated to Baba Tundi Ulatunji.
All right.
This is dedicated to Louis Romero. If it wouldn't be for Louis, we would not be. It's called Walking by the Rev. There is a place on 22nd Street called the Revolutionary Cafe. Walk by, usually filled, keep walking. One day met someone who plays timbales, conga master with his own band. Also sits in the Mondays with Ricky's group, invites me to come. Here's son, salsa, mambo, rumba. It's the scarga, the rule of these nights. The air electric, bass drives, rhythms pulsate as singers, chanters give verse to trance, to dance. Congos, timbales, drummers, shakers, maracas, all talking to each other. Language of rhythm, frenzy, held together in rhythm's love in the softest of beats. While guitar howls, cries as joy and wails. Dancers' feet move across the floor as hips move up and down, shake, sweat as trombone takes at the top, giving percussion melodies, blowing to the stars as the building bears loose its foundations. Talk about taking us higher. Polyrhythms rule as piano sets rhythms, melodies, giving way to trance that tries to dance alive with life as we leave these earthly planes, headed for parts unknown. Incantations, music makes waves on skin, ocean, lakes, universes. Soul Train with Soam's children coming through. The mother loves this vibration, feels stroked with love. Flying, dancing as the universe brings us closer to her, to hear the beats, melodies, improv love at the Rev. Called Love Your God. Love your God, fuck your neighbor. Perpetrate your lies as flies leave your mouth. Let's enter pissing contests. but only when all play. Who lifts leg higher, pisses to the apex, wins. As if there's anything to win, prove, put down, or play. But maybe telling us a little bit, but not too much is true. Baby, your war machines are in town. Love is in the air. Love for your killing machines, your gods of war. Proud penises waving in the wooden position as flags wave in air. Your God is the God of war, and war is our game. Well, this American spirit thing, what do you think?
I like it.
Oh, girls. Oh, everybody. American Spirit cigarettes are popular, brought to you by a nuisance company in pretense of honoring native people. Claiming purity of product and support of local farmers, their tobacco is responsible. This product is made from their zero waste to landfill facility, where they display a native man with a sacred pipe, as if they understood sacredness of this image. There are native people supporters who find this image offensive. Indians used just as another resource for USA to make money by despoiling the sacred. American spirits? Is that some sort of ghoulish, morbid joke? USA wouldn't know sacred if it came dancing in full conga line, timbales on top. Might as well dance like it's 1491. Yes, this American spirit thing. Americans mean nothing since it was never called America before pale ones came. Younger brother comes back, terrorizes elders for what they have. Land, resources, things younger brother eats, including their own American spirits. We could end this, and I'll do a real short one. This is a very short one. It's called The Flush. Love. I love being in the flush of love. It's sadness that remains. It is red by the head that gives heat all the way to the tip of the feet. Flush of love remains, but never forever. As with almost all things, love can end. Flushed with the last flushes of love. This will be the last one. This is called Move Along. Well, I usually have a flashlight, but I can't. Move along, nothing to see here. Move along, ignore the body in the street. Jail, cell, field, river, desert. Move along, nothing here. Move, nothing to be gained by looking. Save yourself PTSD. Daddy, why are there no dogs in the border res? They're silenced, killed. All the better to bring drugs through here, my son. Daddy, why is there a black man bleeding in the street? All the better to protect us, my son. Daddy, why are there so many drunken Indians on the streets and jails? All the easier for us to break treaties and take their land, my son. Daddy, why are there so many mothers, fathers crying when we take their babies away? All the better to give those children a better way of life, living with a new Western attitude, my son. Daddy, do God's angels cry when they see these things? All the better for you to understand there are no gods, no angels. We do these things, my son, because we can. We let the Lord know. Greer Rockett.
another round. Thank you.